Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another weekly dose of aviation. And coming up this week, two planes fly really close, a plane hits a power line, and cadets do some naughty drawings. So first of all, we start off in America, where a giant tornado and storm caused a lot of diversions in Central America. So the storm occurred on Thursday and Friday, and there was a tornado mixed with a storm. So as you can see on the footage, there was a lot of thunder, lightning, and apparently there was a tornado as well. This caused long delays and diversions around it, as most aircraft did have to go south and then back north. For example, a flight from JFK to Los Angeles did get extended about 4 hours due to the diversion. A lot of the airspace did get closed until the storm passed and it quieted down, but after that everything resumed as normal. There was a lot of delays, but happily there was barely any cancellations, meaning everything went fairly smooth. Now, sticking in America, we talk about two aircraft that nearly collided on approach to JFK. So as we know, JFK has two parallel runways, which means one aircraft can land on one and the other on the other runway. But somehow one of the aircraft thought it was meant to land on the right runway when there was already an aircraft approaching the right runway. This then caused the aircraft to be only hundreds of meters apart from each other, and the pilots did manage to see the aircraft and did abort. So we don't know why this happened, and it doesn't seem like it could just be like wind pushing the aircraft to that side, as it is quite a long distance away from the left runway. So happily both aircraft did go around and then landed on the runways they were meant to, and no one was injured or hurt. Both aircraft were also in perfect conditions and continued flying straight after the incident. The FAA has said there will be no further investigation, as on the flight radar you can clearly see what happened and the pilots did write a statement. So now we go to California, where a 55-year-old man had a crash in a Cessna 172. The aircraft departed from the airport and then did a left turn and left again. So we don't know whether the pilot was trying to do touch and goes or whether this was a failure of the aircraft. As you can see on flight radar, the aircraft then turned around and started heading back towards the same runway it departed from. Obviously though, it went quite low and hit a power line and then flipped, sending the pilot upside down. Happily the pilot is now stable condition in the hospital, and that's all we know about him for now. The aircraft did hit the power line, as you can see on the blue sparks, that's being the electricity released from the cables, and then the aircraft flips due to stalling. Overall we don't know much more information, but we do know that everything's been cleared up and the Cessna is in the garbage. So now we go to France and talk about Airbus and the new A350 freighter. And surprisingly, it's not about the aircraft itself, but it's about the freighter door, which is apparently going to be bigger than the one fitted on the opening nose of a 747 cargo. So the one on the 747 cargo is approximately 11 feet by 11 feet, but the door on the A350 is meant to be 13 feet by 13 feet, making it the biggest cargo door and any type of door fitted on an aircraft. We can see that Airbus is trying to make the A350 cargo as efficient and as best as possible, with new features to make it fit as much load as possible but still keep it as safe. So you can see that they are trying to fit like new doors to make the loading process probably easier to handle, as it currently is normally a tight squeeze to get the baggage bins in perfectly. Now for the last part of this video, we go to Asia, where an ATR 72-500 collided with an Airbus A320. As you can see on the video, the aircraft lost its brake, sending it straight into an A320. We can see the pilots trying to maneuver the aircraft away, but sadly they did not manage and they did collide with the A320. We do not know which airport this happened at, but you can see on the video that it does seem to be quite a small regional airport. No one was hurt and the aircrafts both got towed into maintenance and are now in maintenance being repaired. We don't know what caused the brake failure, but we can assume it could probably link to hydraulics, so it is better that something failed on the ground than in mid-air, which could have caused a fatal crash. So that sums up about all the weekly dose of aviation and all the news that you have from this week. As you know, last week I did not do a video. That was just because I was really busy and I just did not have the time to record. But anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next week.